Hello students, we will look at this one question on the CPC when you are asked to find the highest common factor between all these three algebraic expressions. So in this case, we will look at them step by step. So look at the numbers 24, 40 and 32. Let's see what is actually their greatest common factor among these three numbers. So we might actually see that it's actually 8 because 24 is 8 times 3, 40 is 8 times 5, and 32 is 8 times 4. So 3, 5, and 4, they have no common factor anymore. So 8 is our greatest common factor between 24, 40, and 32. So for now, we are going to highlight this number 8, which is the greatest common factor between 24, 40, and 32. So let's look at t now. Algebraic expression t. So the first one has t squared, which is just t times t. And then the second one has t cubed, which is t times t times t. And then the last one is just t power 1, which is just t. So what is their greatest common factor? The one that they all have in common is just this one t, right? So then the others they do not have in common. All right, so the next one, we look at the y expression. So y power 4 is actually y times y times y times y. And then y squared is y times y. And y cubed is actually y times y times y. So we have two components of y that they have all in common, right? So we are talking about, let's use a different color maybe. We are talking about this y squared. So y times y is actually what they have in common. So we can write it, for instance, as y squared times y squared for y power 4. And then this is just y squared, the second term. And for y cubed, we can write it as y squared times y. So we will highlight in pink the term that they have, the factor that they have all in common. So in this case then, when you are asked for the HCF or GCF, highest common factor or greatest common factor, then we just have to multiply each component's greatest common factor. Among the numbers, its greatest common factor is 8, and then we multiply that by t, and then we multiply that by y squared. So we know the product notation for algebra, right? The multiplication we don't have to write down. So we can omit that. So the answer is 8t y squared. So this will be the greatest common factor. All right, I hope this is clear. Good luck.